Surely.
Next. Okay, hold on a second.
I'm not snatching your chance. Your chance will come to you, but I just want to acknowledge the delegation that has come with us and introduce them. I will start with Brother Langford, the Director of the Office of the Vice President. When you go to Juba, you have to look for him. Because if you don't find him, you will have no interest in the office of the Vice President. So it's a very important person. Again, my brother Stephen Doya. Stephen Doya.
Let's go ahead.
Okay. But I want to introduce one of my diplomats who is working at the South Sudan mission. He's a press bank. Very soon we'll see him a lot in the United States. He's a journalist by training. So we'll be covering events relating to South Sudan. My brother, Isaac Kang. Brother Simon Madin is standing somewhere. And Brother Manir Babur is not here in the hall. He's out somewhere. So I wanted us to acknowledge them. I spoiled the protocol. So can you excuse me? I left out our Vice Lady, Reik Maschar. She came from very far to be part of Arizona and to be part of the dream that we are doing today. So my apologies. Thank you.
Also, I will give shout out to 5 persons. And then after 5, past 5 questions, okay? And also the number will be going ahead too, so we need something from you, okay? Then Abuja. What microphone?
My first question is, what is the Republic of Southern Sudan ready to do in terms of helping us, the diaspora, to come and be part of the capacity building in Southern Sudan? In this, I refer to other things. I am one of the graduates. I have a master's in nursing and a specialty in acute care nurse practitioner. I have a 72,000 student loan. What is the government of Southern Sudan going to do to help us break these skills that we have acquired in the United States to help the people at home? Thirdly, we would also like to know what are other processes taking place in the new development of the citizenship. People have been told that you have to get a new birth certificate, you have to get registered again again for a nationality and another passport. How are we, the people of the diaspora, going to get this document? Is there a process in somebody coming out here to get this for us, or do we have to go and look for it?
Just be reminded, your question will be one. You don't have to have two questions at the same time because other people will have chance, okay?
Thank you, Brother Paul. My question is, how soon will the Republic of South Sudan start to build alternative power since one group
It's okay. Your vote is there as
I
well.
was saying that I would like to welcome Vice President and thank you for visiting us in Arizona. My question is this: how soon will the Republic of South Sudan start to build alternative pipeline since the one through South Sudan is unpredictable? Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Joseph Jones. I came all the way from San Diego, California, and I'm seeing. First of all, I would like to welcome His Excellency Vice President, and I would like to extend my invitation to San Diego, California, because we are being part of many processes. In referendum, we are part of referendum, but most of the time, we don't see any visitor coming to San Diego and California, one of the biggest states in the U.S. My question is related to, you mentioned a lot about many diaspora going back there, but the process, if there's going to be a diaspora commission or office, instead of all people going to your office, which will be overwhelmed. And also we need to know the process. Many people has degree. I have master's degree. A lot of people have qualification. But when you go to Juba, you don't know where to start. And actually, that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you. Go on.
My name is Dorut. I'm the former chairman of the SPL of Nebraska. I'm very proud of you, Arizona. Arizona! All right. I would extend my greeting to His Excellency, Vice President Dr. Reik Maschar, Dr. Reik Maschar, and the rest of the delegates as well. My question is very simple, but a little bit complicated. It's directly to the Vice President. And this is regarding Abyei. Abyei is a Kashmir of the Sudan in the north, of the north and the south. I want to know, from the perspective of the government of Southern Sudan, what are the strategies that will prevent us to go back to war with the Northern Sudan? And Mr. Vice President, I have heard your comments that Southern Sudan is not faithful on the north or becoming forth on the negotiations of the Abyei. We all know the struggles. We have talked about them, very diverse. They insist the nomads has a right to vote. We all know they cannot vote. We all know that. But what is the guarantees that the Arabs in the north will not drag us back to war? And thank you.
Now we have 5 questions raised. So you have to go to the Vice President and answer this 5 questions. Thank you. There are 5.
I'm answering one of the questions, the second question asked on how you obtain passports and other documents. Well, it is not possible for you to obtain this passport without fingerprinting. So you have to be personally present wherever they are going to be printed. And therefore, instead of you going to South Sudan, we are planning, as His Excellency mentioned before, that we will open a consulate in Arizona for the Pacific coast. In recognition of your contribution to South Sudan and your numbers, South Sudan Embassy is here to serve you wherever you are, and only until we are able to bring the machines that are used in producing the documents and the staff that will manage them together with you. I hope, as His Excellency the Vice President said, as soon as we open the pipeline and we have some little money, we buy the machines, we bring the people, we train you, be part of the process, giving every South Sudanese a document. We need this because we don't know how many South Sudanese are here in America. We need this because we do not know who has what qualification. We need these statistics for our planning. Without statistics, you cannot plan. So, thank you very much for asking. It is not long. I cannot give you a date, but it will be very soon. Thank you. And we have, in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we have an office in technical cooperation, which deals with the affairs of the diaspora. It is headed by an ambassador. It changes, so I don't know the name now. But there is an office where if you go to South Sudan, before you go to the Ministry of Labor and Manpower Development, you get the diaspora office, register, and all your qualifications be sent to the Ministry of Labor and Manpower Development.
Thank you very much. The first question from the lady. How can you contribute to capacity building in South Sudan? Well, if you train yourself here, you would have contributed to capacity building in South Sudan. Then, after your training, you go back. You will get yourself having done a very good job, because then you will relieve us of paying money to train you. Now, the other one, student loan. This is the biggest problem. But anyway, let me get up. I want to I discussed this with the ambassador, because this is not the first time we heard of this issue of the student loan. You cannot go back to South Sudan if you have not paid your student loan. We lack statistics of those who have graduated and who want to go back to South Sudan and cannot go because they have to pay back the student loan. In the embassy here, there is a desk, diaspora desk, which will have full data of South Sudanese in America. And particularly those who have gone to universities and who want to go back, but because of the student loan, they cannot go back. Until we get the statistics of this, we will not have a good policy. Because we could speak with the American government and see how we can handle it. The US gives South Sudan assistance in many forms, in humanitarian, in development, even in trading. If we had full data of those who have graduated, we could design a policy which we can discuss with the American government. Now it brings me to something which I forgot to talk about. The organization of South Sudanese in America. During the struggle, we had advised all South Sudanese to follow what the SPLM is doing. Now that we have a state, the state, SPLM is a political party. And currently in South Sudan, there are 23 political parties. I know during the liberation, all of you were sympathetic to the SPLM. Now that the country is a sheep, people, because of pluralism, having political parties, others now among you have different political persuasion. We accept that. So we are advising South Sudanese to organize themselves as a community. For example, in the city of Phoenix, you'll organize yourself as a community. In the state of Arizona, you'll organize yourself as a community, which is non-political at all. So that we give space to those who want to express their political views in different forms. Those who will remain members of SPLM will continue as SPLM with Benjamin, but also members of the community. Now, as a community, you need to look after your interests as community. You are the first generation in America. And as I said, not many of you will go back. It's just being realistic. You need to have a link with yourself when this generation is gone, the euphoria of belonging to South Sudan will go down. Your young kids, these ones here, will be totally Americans. They will be totally Americans. But for them, for the flame to be kept on, it's good that you organize yourself as community. When I was in New York attending the UN General Assembly, I met the leaders of the Jewish community. Some of them are 200 years in this country, but they maintain being Jews. They support the state of Israel, but they are Americans. Yeah. This may go on with you. When your first generation is gone, it would be good you keep the Association of South Sudanese Americans, which is non-political, because you will also be having some of you are now members of the Republican Party, some of you are members of the Democratic Party, and all that. And at home you have political affiliation or political tendency to support. So I advise you, please form a community at all levels. It will also be done at the level of the US. This does not overshadow the fact that we love the SPLM, doesn't. But we are being realistic, and we want you to be continually in contact. The Foreign Office will deal mostly with the community. The Foreign Office, they call them the diaspora. It will not be with the political party. The political party, our members, we have a way to deal with them. We know that. So we want you to take that. If you did, then the registry of those who have graduated, what fields, where those who want to go back, how much money is needed to be paid, that we can discuss with the American government. Now, same for those who want to get passports, identity card, actually it is an identity card in Sudan, South Sudan. You normally prove that you are born in South Sudan or in Sudan. After that, they give you the nationality identity card, and then they give you the passport. This is the sequence. That is why they go and ask you, where is your birth certificate? If it is destroyed during the war, they will say, who knows you? The chief will be asked, then the chief will say, yes, this is my person. Then that is enough. You will be given an alternative to birth certificate. They call it assessment age certificate. And then you will be given the nationality card and then the passport. For those who will acquire it here in the US, the community will be very helpful, because the community will say, well, this X comes from our community. We know the person. Alternative pipeline. Alternative pipeline, we have signed an agreement with the Ethiopians and the Djiboutians for the Eastern Pipeline going through there. With the Kenyans, we also have signed an agreement. Feasibility study is being done. It takes some time to build a pipeline. When we were on Sudan, it took 11 months. But when it is now going through different countries, it may take more than that. It may take 3 years, 4 years. We're also struggling with finances, how to finance such project. Now that the oil is going to flow, definitely some of the companies that are working with us in the oil industry are interested in getting an alternative route. So we'll still finance it from the oil revenues. But it will not be in 1 year. Abyei cannot become a Kashmir. Already, the borders of Abyei were determined in Netherlands and Hague in a court, in permanent court of arbitration. I led our delegation there, and the border was fully determined. So there's no way of it being Kashmir to be divided. Case of Kashmir, Kashmir is divided between India and Pakistan. But Abyei, as one body, as one land, is Ngok land. Difficulty has been, in actual fact, the ambition of Khartoum is to keep it. But the people of Abyei don't want to be with the North, they want to be with the South. And therefore, in the referendum, it will be decided straight away. Now, on capacity, I still want to say something. The broadcast from Juba, SSTV, is meeting a lot of criticism from you. Somebody told me, all your messages is dancing in the TV. Well, my answer to this is, you can produce program in America. You can produce them here. Even this meeting is a program. If it is broadcast in South Sudan TV, it will go all over the world. But even your own life at home, you can make films with the little money you have. Hopefully they will not be against Now, they can be played on the SSTV. You have stories. Story of Gulmariar when it was played on CNN. There's also one athlete from the South. What is his name? Lopez. Yes, Lopez. These are stories that need to be played on SSTV, South Sudan TV. There are other stories, even the story of the guy who built the school, who built the clinic, raising the money from America and building it there. And even the stories of those who are in jail. It's a story that can be reflected. So that is how you build capacity. Thank you. We wait for us now.